What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video, guys. So in today's video, guys, I'm going to be talking about Manchester United's last game that we went and played FC Copenhagen in the quarterfinals, guys, in the Europa League. So let's just get straight into today's video. So we made 6 changes from the last game against Lask in the second leg, guys. Talking about the starting 11, so we started with Romero, Wan-Bissaka, Bailey, Maguire, Williams, Pogba, Fred, Greenwood, Fernandes, Rashford and Martial. Getting to the overall reaction now, yes, get in. Bruno Fernandes penalty sends United into the last 4. That was hard work. We made it tough for ourselves, but we did it. I'll take that any day of the week. Thank God for that. Well done, boys. Win done, clean sheet done, through to the semi-finals. Anyway, guys, let's just get straight into today's video. What did I make of the performance? The performance overall, I don't think it was a great performance, if you ask me. I mean, I think from start to finish, I don't think we struggled, and I don't think it was one of those where, you know, I don't think it was one of those where we had a bit of a drop off. I think it was just the fact that, you know, it wasn't our day. I think it was one of those performances where, you know, we had not so many chances, but I'd say we had good enough chances that we should have scored on, and we didn't convert them, and we didn't take them at the end of the day. They came in the second half, though, obviously, because obviously in the first half, dreadful, and I'll get into that in a minute. But you know what? Overall performance wasn't brilliant, and I mean, if you look at the performance as a whole, wasn't brilliant, was it? I mean, sort of parts of it was uninspiring, parts of it was brilliant play, but brilliant build-up play, and then obviously in the extra time and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, this was a game that you would think, right, Copenhagen, we should be battering these at the end of the day. But I think as the game progressed on, we could just see that there was only going to be one goal that was going to split it, and whoever was going to get that goal was going to go through to the semi-finals, which is us, obviously. Was it deserved? I think it was. I mean, we were hunting down for a goal in the second half, and it just didn't come in the second half, and we ran out of minutes. We then had to go to extra time. Extra time it was. We played on another 30 minutes, and we got the goal. Everyone's calling us Penchester. I don't give a shit. At least we've got a goal. At least we're through to the semi-finals. We did make it tough for ourselves. It was hard work in the end, but thanks to Bruno, we wouldn't be in the semi-final, and we'll just have to lift it now, because I mean, we've been in 2 semi-finals where we've not turned up, so this is down now to the players to turn up in the semi-final. I want us to beat Sevilla in the semi-final, because I think it would be a big achievement to get this to the final of the Europa League. So I think all it's down to now is get the right mentality, the right mindset for Sevilla. Looking forward to a good cracking game, because at the end of the day, Sevilla only just beat Wolves last night, and we only just beat Copenhagen. So it's going to be an even tighter game. I think this is going to go end to end. Could be a similar game between Copenhagen. But this game against Copenhagen, it was one of those games where, you know, we defended really well, we got in the attack well, and we just couldn't convert our chances. And then when they got on the attack, we sort of were getting a bit worried and panicking a little bit. And it's like, when they were on the counter-attack, we had to defend. We had to make sure we had to defend properly, stay as a unit, keep it tight at the back, do our job defensively. But it was also one of those moments where you're thinking, don't fuck it up, because if you fuck it up, if they score, we've got to go and chase down a goal. And imagine if they went through, that would have been absolute heartbreak. So it was just one of those games really where you're thinking, just don't concede a goal, unless we're going to have to go and chase down the game, and we're going to have to win the game or draw the game and go to penalties. And considering with our goalkeeper, he was a fantastic goalkeeper, and he was rock solid in between the sticks. But yeah, performance overall wasn't great. We made it tough for ourselves, but it was hard work in the end. We had to really dig deep, and we got there in the end, and we're through to the semi-finals. Deserved victory, and we take it now into Sevilla. Going to have to really step it up now, and we're going to have to turn up for that, because the last 2 semi-finals we've not turned up, but that's because of the stupid team selection that Ollie's gone with, and I think that's just got to change. But I think Ollie's learned from that now, and Ollie's taking this Europa League a lot more seriously, and I think the players are taking this more seriously as well. So It's just all about take the semi-final seriously now against Sevilla. Honestly, we know we can beat any team at the end of the day, and we know that. Anyway, guys, obviously getting into the first half now. Now, the first half wasn't a great half. We were seeing, I think it was just one of those halves where United were controlling the first half. You know, we just didn't want to afford to make a mistake, and not much creativity was in that half. And you know, we looked a bit maybe lethargic, maybe uninspiring in times. You know, just passing it about. I mean, in the first half, it wasn't brilliant. I mean, in terms of the fullbacks, they were dreadful. Wan-Bissaka and Williams were not doing a job on the flanks. The passing was a little bit off. You know, we were giving away possession really easily. We made a couple of mistakes as well in the first half, which we're going to have to really cut out as well for the semi-final. First half, poor. I mean, it was straight down poor. I don't think it was shocking. I don't think it was bad. I just think it was poor, and we made a few mistakes that we're going to have to really cut out. I know I just repeated that, but at the end of the day, this was not a great first half of football. We've got to go and play Sevilla. We cannot play like that against Sevilla unless they'll just tear us apart. So that's why the players have got to be really ready for this one against Sevilla. So in the first half, overall, not a great half. I think we may have wanted to control it. I mean, in times we got in the counter-attack well, but we were not quick with the ball. We were not sharp with the ball. The movement was a little bit slow, and that's what I have to pick up on. I mean, I think someone passed it to Brandon, and Brandon took his time. What are you doing taking your time? You know, you need to go quick. Got to play it sharp, and we were not quick. We were not bright, and the movement was too slow, and we slowed down the pace. Why slow down the pace when you know that you've got to try and get a goal? So I think the first half was slow, and we controlled the half, and we defended well. We were a unit. We kept it tight at the back. We stayed organised. We did our job defensively. Second half, better. I think it was better. I think it was, I'd say 10 times better or 5 times better from the first half. I mean, the first half was dreadful, I think. Second half was a lot better anyway, because we were quicker, we were brighter, we were sharper on the ball. We got the ball up to Bruno Fernandes. There was more creativity in the half. There was more, sharpness in the team. There was quicker movement. The transition was a lot more quicker. We created chances that we really should have taken. We hit the post 3-4 times in that half, and if we would have taken one of those chances, I mean, the game could have been dead and buried in the second half. So it was just unfortunate in the second half. I think we just had one of those days where we created some of the best chances and we just couldn't take them. And, we're lucky that this went to extra time at the end of the day, because if that was a normal Premier League game, Jesus, that would have been a draw. So, I mean, at the end of the day, we knew that we could beat Copenhagen. In the second half, it was just thinking, we knew that the way how it looked, it was going to be going to extra time, and we knew that as the minutes were counting down, we just knew that this was going to go to extra time, and it did. And I mean, the second half was better than the first half, and then we just couldn't find that goal. We were just, I think in the first half as well, I think we were really struggling in the final pass, in the final third as well. But in the second half, we were better in that, but we just couldn't take our chances at the end of the day. In the extra time, the first half of the extra time, I think once we brought on Juan Mata on, he changed the game. I think many people would say with Juan Mata, 32, 33 years of age, he's not got long left, his legs are going. But when Ollie made that change, Mata was the difference. He brought him on, he got us on the front foot, and he created the goal, and he made the goal happen, and he got us pushing forward. And then obviously Martial won us the penalty. Bruno scored it, and that was it. Happy days. And then in the second half of extra time, we just controlled it and wanted to see out and grind out and execute the game out and just get the win at the end of the day. We did it in great fashion. We knew that one goal was going to split it, and we know we're just going to have to perform better now against Sevilla, because we know that Sevilla are going to be even tougher, and we know that it could be a lot more similar against Sevilla. So we're just going to have to raise our performance, raise our game. We've got an extra day to prepare, so I'm looking forward to this game against Sevilla, and I know we can beat Sevilla at the end of the day. We've just got to prepare well, and mentally, physically, and it's a mindset thing and a mentality thing. So if we can sort that out, we can beat Sevilla at the end of the day. Thanks to Bruno, who got us through to the semi-finals against Sevilla. That's 16 goals now for Bruno Fernandes this season. 7 of them have come from the Europa League. The man just simply can't stop scoring. Overall, what did I make of his performance? I mean, the first half performance from Bruno Fernandes, it wasn't great. I mean, there was players in that first half that were not good enough. Not only just Bruno was not great. I mean, the likes of Wan-Bissaka wasn't great. Williams wasn't great. Bruno wasn't good. Rashford wasn't good. Martial wasn't good. I mean, Greenwood was nowhere to be seen, even though he did score a goal, but it got ruled off because of VAR, because he was offside. Bruno was not the only one. Wasn't only just poor in that game. There was a load of players that were not great in that first half, but then really raised the bar in the second half. I mean, Bruno hit the post in the second half, and I thought it was a lot better in the second half than the first half. I don't think it was tiredness or anything like that. Just simply because I think we started slow. We let Copenhagen come on to us, and we just had to sort of calm down a little bit and control the game. We had possession, and we just wanted to control the first half. In terms of the first half overall, it was uninspiring. Bruno, not a lot of creativity in the first half. There was a lot of creativity in the second half. We grew into the game in the second half. We could see that the rhythm was there, the momentum was there, so we knew that we were getting better and better in the second half. We just couldn't find the goal. And then obviously Bruno scored us the penalty to get us through to the semi-final. The first half of extra time, I'd say he was good. And if I had to give him a rating out of 1 to 10, I'd give him a 6. He wasn't the star man. He had an okay game at the end of the day. It wasn't a great performance from Bruno. I think as United fans were expecting more from Bruno in the semi-finals against Sevilla. This is the second game in the Europa League where United have looked lethargic. It's been uninspiring to watch, but United didn't look great towards the end of the season. United have got to face Sevilla in the semi-final. It's going to get difficult. Where has this drop-off come from all of a sudden? I don't think it's a drop-off. I think towards the end of the season, it was definitely a drop-off from the players. And that was just because due to fatigue and tiredness and their legs were going. That was in the Premier League though. But I don't think the drop-off is still continuing in the Europa League. I think simply it was just because it was one of those days for us. I think we created enough chances to score goals, but we just couldn't simply take our chances and we couldn't convert our chances. I don't think the drop-off came in this game whatsoever. I just think the reason why we didn't perform great was because I think the players just didn't realise of how good Copenhagen were going to be. Again, it's just a mentality thing, because I mean, if you don't get the mentality right, and if there's a mental block or something like that, the players are not going to switch on, turn up. We knew that however we're going to approach this game against Copenhagen, how we set up against Copenhagen, and if we set up well, and if we probably started a lot better in the first half, we probably had more of a chance of winning the game inside the first 90 minutes, and we wouldn't have had to go to extra time at the end of the day. I don't think the drop-off was in this game. I think it was just simply in the first half. The players were not quick, were not sharp, the movement was off. There was a load of players in that first half that were not good enough. I mean, in the second half we saw an improvement, didn't we? It came from a penalty at the end of the day, and it is what it is. You just got to move on at the end of the day. It's going to get difficult against Sevilla, but we're just going to have to raise it now for the next game against Sevilla at the end of the day. Do I think United can win the UEFA Europa League? Of course we can. I think it's just, at the end of the day, we know that we're in the semi-final now of the Europa League. We're one step away from the final. We don't want to look too far ahead of ourselves. We've got to come against Sevilla first. Let's look at Sevilla. They're going to be a tough opposition. They're going to give us a game. They're going to fight from minute 1 to minute 90. It's the fact that now we've got to have the character, the fight, the passion, the pride. The players have got to take it seriously. The manager's going to have to take it seriously. He's going to have to go with his best lineup. The players are going to have to play for the club and the badge. Go for it. You've got nothing to lose. It's a one-off tournament now in Germany. I think we're good enough to win it. A load of fans are expecting United to win it. There's a load of fans that reckon that United are going to win it. Just the way, based of how we looked in recent weeks, the way how we've performed. United were the only team to go undefeated since Project Restart. We were the only team to do that. Every other team lost a game. You can see how much we've improved. So I think at the end of the day, of course we can win the Europa League. But let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. Let's look forward to the Sevilla game first. Let's get through that. and then we'll be talking of winning the Europa League at the end of the day. Who is my man of the match? It's tough. Some players did play well, some of them didn't play well. Bruno scored us the goal, Martial won us the penalty. So it's a mixture. I think it's a mixture of between Bruno and Martial. I'd have to probably give it both of them. Yes, the penalty happened, but at the end of the day, I think it's tough to leave out one of them, because at the end of the day, I know Bruno didn't play well. At the end of the day, we got through with a good partnership between Bruno and Martial. They've hit it off well. It's a tough one to give someone the man of the match, because some players that really played poorly and some of them did play well, but not all of them played well at the end of the day. So I think I'm going to have to give it to both Bruno and Martial at the end of the day. How do we beat Sevilla in the semi-final? Now, I've not catched a glimpse of how Sevilla play, but I know that they play quick, incisive football. They're going to be a tough opposition to get past, because you know what, Sevilla, they'll give us a game. Sevilla, they've got one less day to prepare for this one, and United now, it's just let's prepare well mentally, physically. I think what we've got to do now is we know that we have to raise the bar. We know that we're going to have to take it seriously now in this semi-final. Must turn up in this semi-final, because in the last two semi-finals in the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup, we haven't been good enough. That was down to stupid team selections. I hope Ollie's learnt from that now, and I think he has learnt from that now, because Ollie wants to take this competition seriously, and so do the players. So I think if Ollie gets his right team selection, and if he lets the players go out there and tell them, fight for every second that you have got on the pitch, I tell you what, it will make a difference. All the players have got to do now is into Sevilla. I dream of that quick, bright start to the game. I always dream of it, but I think, I'll tell you what's going to happen. It's going to be a slow start to the game. United are going to be slow. Something similar to this one. Slowly but surely we'll pick it up. We'll pick up the pace, and then hopefully one of us, either out United or Sevilla, will score a goal. That will change the game. That will change the atmosphere. It will change the mood, and then it will change the dynamic in the game as well. What we're going to have to really do is we need the quick and bright start at the end of the day. I know I keep always saying this, but we need the quick and bright start to the game. If we can have the quick and bright start to the game, and it shows that if you want to score a goal and if you want to win this Europa League, you've got to have a quick and bright start to this game. I think with Sevilla, they only just didn't skin of the teeth against Wolves, and if you want to beat Sevilla, you're going to have to perform from minute 1 to minute 90, and I need to see that from every single player. Got to perform well, turn up as well for this one against Sevilla. I know it's going to be difficult, I know it's going to be tough, but let's face the facts. We need to beat Sevilla. We know we're capable of beating Sevilla. We may have faced Sevilla before in the Champions League. Since then, they've got rid of some of their best players. And I don't think Sevilla, as great as they were a couple of years ago when they beat us, they may have a fantastic coach, but at the end of the day, this is going to be how they set up, how they approach this game against us. But we're going to have to really have a quick and bright start to this game, get on the front foot, get attacking, play quick, incisive football, get the creativity from Bruno Fernandes. And what we did not do in the last game against Copenhagen, which we need to do in this game against Sevilla, is get it out wide more. Get it out wide to the likes of Greenwood and Rashford. We need quick, incisive football. That's all we need. Quick, incisive football. We need to be bright. We need to be sharp. The movement needs to be quicker. I don't want to see any sloppy play. I don't want to see anything stupid. I don't want us to be giving stupid mistakes away, because they could capitalise and hit us on the break and hit us on the counter, get us on the run of play, and then we'll concede a goal. Defensively, we're going to have to keep it tight at the back, stay as a unit, stay compact, keep it tight at the back, don't give them a stupid goal away, keep it tight at the back at all times, stay organised at all times, get men behind the ball, do all that good stuff that you need to do. Have a quick and bright start to the game, and you'll be laughing. If we can score that first goal, that will change the whole mood in the players. It will change the atmosphere. It will change the dynamic of the way how we want to play. Don't sit back. If we get the first goal, don't sit back, because they'll just want to come on the front foot and they'll want to counter-attack us. We've got to be quick, bright, sharp. The movement needs to be a lot more quicker. Get on the front foot, create chances, get some low and hard crosses into the box. Just take your chances. I know we hit the post 3-4 times. Just take your chances. The chances will come. We're just going to have to be patient for the goals, and we're just going to have to really drive quick transition from defence to attack. Just play quick, incisive football. We need to be sharp. We need to be quick. We need to be bright. The movement needs to be a lot more quicker. I don't want to see any sloppy play. I don't want us to slow down the pace of the game. Be quick on the counter-attack, and don't be sloppy. and don't give away any stupid mistakes. And I know we can beat them at the end of the day. We're capable of beating these at the end of the day. And I know we've got enough to beat them at the end of the day. Just be quick on the ball and do not be sloppy on the ball. Getting into the goal now, Bruno steps up and scores a nice and composed penalty for 1-0. Getting into the stats now, possession for Manchester United, it was 55.2%. For Copenhagen, it was 44.8%. Goals for Man United, it was 1, and for Copenhagen, it was 0. Total shots for Man United, it was 26 shots. And for Copenhagen, it was 9. Shots on target for Man United, it was 14. And for Copenhagen, it was 0. Shot accuracy for Man United, it was 53.8%. And for Copenhagen, it was 0.0%. Shots inside the box for United, it was 14. And for Copenhagen, it was 5. Shots outside the box for United, it was 12. And for Copenhagen, it was 4. Total passes for Man United, it was 742 passes. And for Copenhagen, it was 590 passes. Pass accuracy for Man United, it was 84.9%. And for Copenhagen, it was 81.2%. Getting into the substitutions now, Fred went off for Matic. Talk about Fred's performance. Carelessly let Copenhagen in for their best chance, not helped by being used in a role he is not suited to, but was improving until substituted. Bailey went off for Lindelof. Talk about Bailey's performance. Made a couple of key blocks to thwart Copenhagen in the first half, but his second half booking meant he was walking a tightrope, and Victor Lindelof came on for him. Greenwood went off for Mata. Talk about Greenwood's performance. Thought he had his 18th goal of the season, but was ruled offside and hit the post in the second half, harshly substituted for extra time. We needed fresh legs though. Rashford went off for Lingard. Talk about Rashford's performance. Another poor performance since the season restarted. Had enough football to shed the ring rust and lucky not to come off. Martial went off for McTominay. Talk about Martial's performance. Nigh on anonymous in the first half and superbly denied by keeper Carl Johannesson late in regulation time, and almost danced his way to scoring a 90th minute winner, won a penalty. Next up we face Sevilla. Sevilla, like I just said then, they're going to be tough, they're going to be difficult. This is just the fact that now we need to turn up to this one against Sevilla. The last 2 times we've not turned up to a semi-final, so I think this one is just all about turn up, perform well for a full 90 minutes, maintain that. It's going to be difficult, it's going to be tough. We know that we're capable of beating teams like Sevilla, but they've lost some of their good players since 2 years ago when they beat us. No Banyada, no Longley now. It doesn't really take the pressure off us, but because they're still a good team, I mean, they're well coached by a good manager as well. They finished 4th in the La Liga last season, and they're going to be up for this one against us. We're just going to have to really turn up. We're going to have to really prepare well. Not only just mentally, but physically as well. It's going to be a physical battle as well. We just can't afford to make stupid mistakes, stupid errors really. We know we can beat a team like Sevilla. This is the 3rd meeting between Man United and Sevilla. United have never beaten Sevilla yet. The best we've done is draw against them, which was on Wednesday the 21st of February 2018 away from home. That was in the UEFA Champions League. And the last time United lost to Sevilla was on Tuesday the 13th of March 2018, and it ended 2-1 to Sevilla. That was also in the UEFA Champions League. Just don't come back and haunt me, and do not do the same what we did last time. I'm ready for this game. United just need to prepare well for this one. We've got the extra day to prepare for Sevilla. Sevilla, tough opposition, tough side. Just going to have to go there, just perform well, turn up now. Play for the club, play for the badge. We're going to have to really give it absolutely everything. Fight, passion, pride, character. Everything's going to have to be there in the game. And if Ollie picks the right team, puts the players in the right positions, if he balances the team out right, the structure in the team needs to be right. We need depth in the team, and he needs to select the right formation for the game. And I believe Manchester United will get the victory if we do all those things. Hope you guys are enjoying another video. Be sure to leave a like. Subscribe to my channel if you are new. See you guys in the video in the next couple of days, and peace.